U.S. legislators encouraged President Donald Trump on Sunday to quit killing at Puerto Ricans and get the chance to work helping them recuperate from an overwhelming tropical storm. 2 days before he was to visit the island, where individuals stayed without nourishment, water or power. The Republican president said his legislature was making an incredible showing with regards to enable Puerto Rico to recuperate from Hurricane Maria, and ripped into fault-finders who said he had been eased back to help the island, where the power lattice was devastated 12 days prior. "We have made an incredible showing with regards to the practically unimaginable circumstance in Puerto Rico. Outside of the fake news or politically propelled selfish jerks," he said in a Twitter post. Trump has strengthened his acclaim of the government reaction in the U.S. domain after the chairman of the Capitol clarified those endeavors missed the mark and American media kept on communicating pictures of the devastation and enduring on the island that gave a false representation of his words. In the meantime, he reprimanded San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz on Saturday and said Puerto Ricans needed everything to be improved the situation them. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer told CBS Face the Nation the alleviation exertion so far has been moderate-footed, confused and not satisfactory. The president, rather than tweeting against the chairman of San Juan who's watching her kin pass on and simply made a request for help, should move up his sleeves and get the chance to work here, he said. Representative Bernie Sanders, a Democratic presidential contender in 2016, said on CNN Trump's assaults from his favorite golf club on the battling chairman of a devastated city were unspeakable. "I don't realize what world Trump is living in," he said. U.S. Representative Marco Rubio, a Republican, asked a conclusion to the political finger-pointing. "Consistently we spend in the political domain quibbling with each other over who's doing what, or who's wrong, or who didn't do right is a moment of vitality and time that we're not spending endeavoring to get the reaction right," Rubio told CBS. Cruz said on Sunday she would meet Trump when he visits the island on Tuesday. "On the off chance that he makes a request to meet with me, obviously I will meet him." President Trump, anyone, help U.S. Maria pulverized Puerto Rico on September 20 as an effective Category 4 tropical storm on the foot-sole areas of Hurricane Irma, with rooftop-tearing breezes and heavy rains that caused far-reaching flooding and intensely harmed homes, streets and other framework. About portion of the island's 3.4 million individuals don't approach drinking water, and 95% stay without control, as per the Pentagon. Obstructed streets have made it hard for the Federal Emergency Management Agency and others to circulate nourishment, water and fuel. Carmen Miranda, 60, of Laquillo, is among the individuals who has confronted long lines for fuel, medication and supplies. She burned through 13 hours one day endeavoring to purchase fuel at a station that ran dry and was in line on Saturday at a store that came up short on diesel. "I will need to return one more day," she said. "It's quite recently frightful, those lines. That should be settled instantly. President Trump, anybody, help us," she said. At an instructions in San Juan, Puerto Rico Governor Ricardo Rossello detailed that fuel and nourishment supplies had started to touch base in Puerto Rico. "Regardless, we have to do substantially more," he said. The Trump Organization has been on edge since Friday when Cruz beat the acting Homeland Security Secretary Elaine Duke over her remark that the government reaction in Puerto Rico was an uplifting news story. Trump blamed the leader for following up for the benefit of Democrats. On Sunday, his agents fanned out finished the morning TV news shows to reprimand the industrious Cruz. FEMA Chief Brock Long rebuked her for not being in nearer contact with help organizers. Trump's spending chief, Mick Mulvaney, and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin both said on Sunday that Cruz's feedback was unreasonable. Cruz, who has been living in a safe house since her home was obliterated by Maria, went ahead with her allure for fundamental necessities as backup plans and government officials started to count the expenses of the tempest and the span of the guide bundle Puerto Rico will require. "Let us not discuss the obligation, let us not discuss the cost of recreation. Let us simply discuss sparing lives at this moment," Cruz said on Sunday on ABC's This Week program. Trump has suggested the island's money-related issues a few times since Maria hit. Puerto Rico recorded the greatest Chapter 11 in U.S. civil history this year and had been attempting to recapture monetary solidness despite a $72 billion obligation stack and close ruin general well-being and annuity frameworks, even before the tropical storms hit. The protection business has started to count the harm from Maria, with one demonstrating organization assessing that cases could reach $85 billion. Trump was blamed a weekend ago for giving short shrift to Puerto Rico's recuperation while concentrating on the National Football League players who bowed amid the playing of the national song of praise at diversions. He issued his most recent assault on San Juan's leader from his golf resort in New Jersey, where Trump was going to the President's Cup competition on Sunday. The maker of Broadway hit Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, whose Guardians moved to New York from Puerto Rico, berated Trump on Twitter over his assault on Cruz. "She has been working every minute of every day. You have been golfing. You're going straight to hellfire."